What's going on, everybody out there on YouTube? How we feeling? How we doing? I just want to go over Swell as much as I can. Basically, just, whenever some news comes up, just want to talk about it. Just want to talk about it. So here's something that I want to throw in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ripple Chief Executive Officer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ripple Chief Executive Officer, Brad Garlinghouse.
Thank you, everyone. It is fabulous to be here. It's fabulous to have all of you join us. This is truly one of my favorite times of year, in part because it's the energy, the momentum, bringing all of you together. Because without all of you, not only would Swell not be what it is, but certainly Ripple would not be where it is. So I want to welcome you to Singapore for our third annual event, Swell. Bringing you all together is a consummation of the work, the effort that represents not just what Ripple is doing, but what all of you are doing. We have a number of very exciting updates to share with you today. And I'll talk a little bit about the industry, but also specifically about what's going on at Ripple. Now, some of you know Ripple was founded about 7 years ago. Chris Larson, the co-founder, he had started eLoan, one of the first online lending platforms, and then Prosper, a peer-to-peer lending exchange. And from the very beginning, his vision for Ripple was all about enabling an internet of value. Enabling value to move the way information moves today.
Wow. I mean, as pieces of Swell slide in, I'll just keep hitting you guys up as much as I can. Going into
efficient way to send money globally today. Now, Ripple has said that for a couple of years, and one of the things that's incredibly exciting to me when we come together at Swell is it's no longer just a vision. It's no longer just an idea. 2 years ago, in our first Swell event in Toronto, Ben Bernanke was RippleNet. It truly is the most efficient way to send money globally today. Now, Ripple has said that for a couple of years, and one of the things that's incredibly exciting to me when we come together at Swell is it's no longer just a vision. It's no longer just an idea. 2 years ago, in our first Swell event,
This is sick. I'm just gonna keep looking for the amazing little trinkets. Now here's something amazing. We believe this is the digital asset investor. I think this is him right here. You know, he's never showed his face. That's him right there. Got him. Got him. I go to the bathroom, guys, but the stream's gonna go probably till 12:30 tonight. Also check the Ripple price on TradingView. And we wish we could have held at 31. It was nice, but I'd like this to stay in the 30s. I mean, that dump was disgusting. Look at that double top, dude. But that was the measured move on the double top, thank God. And look at the wickness. Ugh. The bump, and then you get a drop, and then from the leg up, okay, another drop. So that's pretty even where we're at. That's actually pretty safe haven, and then the wicking down. I don't know. Hopefully we get some. We got strong support here. Let's see, we hit our option H there. You got a really strong level of support here. We broke below it though. We need to break back above this right now. Bad, like really bad. Now we need that to happen now. XLM up and down too as well. So XLM taking a little bit of a hit. But yeah, that's the digital asset investor, man, right there. This is the digital asset investor. Mr. B, XRP, pretty cool. See what David Schwartz has been up to, because he's been posting a lot too, showing pictures. He really has promoted a tweet. It's ridiculous. So he just posted the group. I mean, these pictures are cool though. Swell, man. Doesn't even look like there's that many people there, but it's just the idea that it transcends throughout the world and just keeps pushing out. Oh man, this is insane. Or should we keep putting
which to me is kind of the same as actually having a dollar on a JPM ledger, so I'm not actually sure exactly what they intend to do there. But look, at the end of the day, the reason why I outline this and what's going on in the industry is because the momentum and the interest in this segment continues to grow, and I think it creates a lot of momentum for what Ripple's doing and certainly the entire crypto industry. Now, 2019 was also an unprecedented year for Ripple. One of the things I'm always excited about for Swell is we tend to wait and make a number of announcements here. And for 2019, for us, it was an unprecedented year of growth. That growth manifested itself across customers, across employees, and offices. And I think when you look at our position in the market today, we are leaps and bounds ahead of where some of the experiments in the overall ecosystem exist. I'm going to let the numbers speak for themselves. In January of this year, we announced we had passed 200 customers. Earlier today, we did a press release announcing we've now passed over 300 customers, and we continue to add 2 to 3 customers per week. We now reach 6 continents and have payout capabilities in 70 different countries. One of the metrics we care about most internally is the growth of transactions on the network. Now, often people ask us questions about this, and I always remind them that we aren't going to share what our customers are doing individually. At large, we can share some data. One is we're seeing growth 10x on a year-on-year basis. In fact, RippleNet did more transactions in October than we did in all of 2018. Now, that's not just a reflection of the growing network of customers, the number of, passing 300, but it's also a reflection of customers adding new corridors and new currency pairs for customers we already have. Last year, we announced on-demand liquidity XRapid as a product, and I now can share with you we have over 24 customers using on-demand liquidity We talked mostly about some of the largest customers, like MoneyGram, which I'll touch on in a moment. But this is a huge progress. I'll actually digress for a moment. About 18.
More to come. More to come. We are not done, guys. I don't know if you're getting as crazy as me. Like even that is just like, oof. Just like I said, the math didn't come up. Ripple surpasses 300 customers. Swell 2000 kicks off in Singapore. Kevin Cage, Dill Asset Buy. They know who is in this. Ripple rips and dips. Bulls protect and support. Yeah, this is kind of good. Let's go over the news. What are other people saying? Ripple has room to run as price moves to 31 cents. Yeah, but like, just a hole in this 30 though. We gotta get out of here. Get back above this 21. Let's look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour we broke out. See this wedge we were in here, and then I drew this triangle that we had. It's like we broke that support. Just move for a second. But like we broke above this. We broke out of this. We just came back down and tested it now. And it's also, it happens to be that this support area here, which we're kind of beneath. Like you see support's kind of here. We're down here now. We're at this level of support. I mean, you could combine this area as a level, the whole area. We need to get out of here, man. But you know what? We're at 29 for days. I'll take a 30 sit down. Like we'll sit at 30 for a little while and see how we go. The old logo is kind of weird to me now when I see it. It's weird. I just want to see that X, that cool X. That's all I want to see. Let's see if we got anything new. XRP. Follow me at Crypto Life at 33. Please, I'd really appreciate it. Just an hour ago. Come on, man. Someone put their phone up and post some more. Like, we got all this. Any videos I didn't post yet. This is interesting. I didn't post this 2 minutes. I'll throw this up, see what these guys are saying.
How does that affect the rest of the financial system? But also, how does that affect the rest of the financial system? But also, is this monopolization a good thing? So, one of the things I think not just bank regulators, but government regulators would want to know is, first, is the information being sort of kept safe and sound? What are the privacy issues? But second, who has access to it and who can act upon it? And if it is a monopoly, how do we prevent that from being an extraordinary monopoly? On the side of non-reserve currencies, there is a very, very big fear that something like Libra could displace the domestic currency and could be a form of dollarization, right? That already the dollar, there are a number of Latin American economies which don't have their own currency. Zimbabwe doesn't have an effective currency, but even countries that don't have that level of hyperinflation don't have their own currency because they've been displaced by the dollar. Could the Libra displace it? So there will be a number of countries which may actually say, well, I really worry about this, and because it's trusted, that's the problem, it's trusted more than my own currency, and I don't want people to transact in this outside money because my fiat money and all the benefits that come from it, including my ability to erode it, the inflation tax that I can impose on people goes away. So my suspicion is that the regulators across the world will have concerns about one, safety and soundness. And I think the kind of sort of experience with Facebook so far means that it has to actually go up 2 levels in order to assure people that the safety and soundness will be maintained. But also, the issue of information and privacy, as well as who has access to that information, and is it a monopoly access? Those would be issues that central bankers in reserve countries will worry about. Central bankers in smaller countries, developing countries, will worry a lot about whether their own currency will get displaced, and there may be attempts to restrict the use of this currency.
Interesting.
I wanted to ask a question about globalization. If you could talk about the idea of the old concept of the banker coin and a neutral asset being in place of a global. Global reserve status of the dollar and possibly that
Having some issues.
being XRP.
What you're
That's not playing too well.
asking for is whether there's a possibility.
Playing too much stuff. For some reason, his stuff is just hard to see here. Funny how they brought these XRP people up. And that's from Schwartz. God, last thing I want to see. All right, 1 minute here. Looks like we're gonna have something. That's fine. Just sitting at the thing. This guy lost 150,000 XRP to a scam. Like he sent it to that. Oh my god. Brave is better than Chrome, guys. I just really got to put that out there. You guys should definitely read this, Brave versus Chrome. I use Brave and it's better than Chrome. So, yeah. There's a bunch of reasons why. Actually, one of my next videos on my channel is going to be about why Brave is better than Chrome. XRP, man. That's all we're getting. No more, like... I want to just keep watching this over and over again. Retweet. Yeah, Disney has this.
100 people Today, we actually had to cut off registrations at 800 people coming to Swell because of the interest and the momentum that is occurring. Using blockchain technologies, not as a theory, not as a concept, there's so much experimentation, but what Ripple is doing with these technologies, with digital assets, is actually real, and it's actually expanding quickly. Let me spend a minute talking about digital assets, and specifically XRP. So last year at Swell, we announced for the first time a product which we called then XRapid, which we now call on-demand liquidity. And it was really the first time we were talking publicly about a product using a digital asset, using XRP to have real-time access to liquidity. There's about $10 trillion in pre-funded accounts around the world. These are the Nostra relationships. I heard one friend of mine describe how this works today as an engine. And in that engine, like any engine, you have to have oil. Without oil, an engine doesn't work. And so they described the pre-funding as the oil that is in the correspondent banking architecture, if you will, to enable the free flow of payments. That pre-funding, that existing, is part of the, well, obviously it works, but it's part of the friction, the opportunity. I want to spend a moment describing how on-demand liquidity, formerly known as XRapid, works, because it's something that I think people have had skepticism about. What we're doing with a number of customers, and I'll talk more about some of the announcements we have in a moment, but we're taking a payment flow that might be going from dollar to Mexican peso, and you're holding a dollar, you're selling that dollar and buying XRP, you're moving that XRP across the XRP ledger to, let's say,
Bitcoin about to drop soon. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's true. Origins and the rest is the most interesting trading book I've ever read. Huh. The man who solved the market revolution. How Jim Simmons launched the quant revolution. Interesting. Greatest trade ever and the frackers. Definitely want to check this book out. The man who solved the market. How Jim Simmons launched the quantum revolt. And shout out to Crypto Don Juan. I just followed you on Twitter, man. I got you, bro. I got you, man. Yeah, we're getting up there. The followers are coming in. More people every day. You got anything new? He pinned that though. What else we got?
create regulation that doesn't allow startups to start up. Head of Regulatory Affairs of NDIG, Van Lansky, on stage with Ripple's General Counsel, Scott Alderati at Ripple Swell. I heard a MoneyGram is pushy for new corridors. ODL, Australian dollar, is already live with FX Flash, and Brad Garlinghouse said BRL will be next. I think Brazil, right? XRP the standard, XRP community, Swell by Ripple. Wow. Oh wow, we have the whole keynote speech, guys. Here it is. Here it is, guys. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ripple Chief Executive Officer, Brad Garlinghouse.
Thank you, everyone. It is fabulous to be here. It's fabulous to have all of you join us. This is truly one of my favorite times of year, in part because it's the energy, the momentum, bringing all of you together. Because without all of you, not only would Swell not be what it is, but certainly Ripple would not be where it is. So I want to welcome you to Singapore for our third annual event, Swell. Bringing you all together is a consummation of the work, the effort that represents not just what Ripple is doing, but what all of you are doing. We have a number of very exciting updates to share.
On the fly, I just want to get this perfect. I just want to understand what's happening here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ripple Chief Executive Officer, Brad Garlinghouse.
Thank you, everyone. It is fabulous to be here. It's fabulous to have all of you join us. This is truly one of my favorite times of year, in part because it's the energy, the momentum, bringing all of you together. Because without all of you, not only would Swell not be what it is, but certainly Ripple would not be where it is. So I want to welcome you to Singapore for our third annual event, Swell. Bringing you all together is a consummation of the work, the effort that represents not just what Ripple is doing, but what all of you are doing. We have a number of very exciting updates to share with you today, And I'll talk a little bit about the industry, but also specifically about what's going on at Ripple. Now, some of you know Ripple was founded about 7 years ago. Chris Larson, the co-founder, he had started eLoan, one of the first online lending platforms, and then Prosper, a peer-to-peer lending exchange. And from the very beginning, his vision for Ripple was all about enabling an internet of value. Enabling value to move the way information moves today. He had seen firsthand how the friction associated with payments had affected eLoan, had affected Prosper. And he saw the idea that if we can reduce the friction, increase the speed, there are a number of direct and indirect benefits that customers around the world, whether it's the underbanked or the unbanked, but even for businesses at large, to truly change the way payments flow and change the way industry flows. Our vision remains the same today. The Internet of Value is something that step by step we're seeing come to fruition. Now, I admit, when I go out into CEOs of banks or regulators and I talk to them about an Internet of Value, some of them kind of look at me like, okay, what's he talking about? What's that mean? That sounds like a Silicon Valley thing. And so what we've defined really is, in the shorter term, a mission focused on enabling payments everywhere, every way, for everyone. Now, I want to focus on this for a moment because the most important word for us in this statement is enable. Many of you in this room today are our customers, our partners, and it is through you, it is with you that we are partnering to enable these payments. We aren't out there trying to sign up customers directly. We see the opportunity to bring interoperability across payment networks, across borders, to fundamentally change the way cross-border and cross-network payments flow. All of us in here have experienced in one way or another how this works today. It is a slow experience today. It does have friction. Some of that friction is in the speed, some of it's in the cost, and all of that manifests itself to customers in a way that restricts commerce. Now, on top of all of that, it is unreliable today. Cross-border payments today have error rates ranging from as low as 2% to, I've heard CFOs describe 11% error rates using Swift messaging. This expense is costly and it needs to change. We need to reset the plumbing by resetting the fundamental architecture of how payments can flow. Today, existing players today are merely treating some of the symptoms. The way I think about this is we have workarounds. There's incredible innovation and money flowing into new startups, thinking about how payments can be done differently. So many of those are built upon the existing infrastructure. I think of these almost as hacks in the current system.
Right. I'm getting as much as I can when I get it, guys. That was hot. That was a hot piece. I mean, really got to see and feel like you were sitting in a seat. I don't know about you guys. I felt like I was at Swell. My heart was kind of racing. I didn't think like I was going to feel that way. Someone flying a drone at RippleNet now? Is this for real? I think this is for real. FPV droning. This is like the best of both worlds. Maybe they're just throwing a 360 camera because you can do that now too. That's possibly what they were doing. Experience the kaleidoscope tunnel by Swell Ripple and see how we're connecting the world through RippleNet. Wow. This is absolutely insane. Am I the only one that's like blown away right now? Please comment in the comment section below if you think this is insane. See if anyone in the chat. there's any more news. We got XRP hanging on at 30 cents, man. It's hanging on. Just thinking I almost bought Tezos earlier today. It's crazy. I was like this close. Like, it was like in between two things, and I was like, damn. It's so funny how you can be so close and just miss it. Insane that what it did. Absolutely insane. Yeah, this flare is gonna burn Ripple tokens. Pretty nuts. Wonder if this is more of the same speech.
On enabling system. The
Yeah, this is some interesting business here. Flare Network reported that its secure partnership investment with Spring that will enable the bring a wealth of resources and partners to enhance and extend Flare, Xspring, and XRP ecosystems. The Flare Network, which has been over 2 years in the making, reportedly integrates the Ethereum virtual machine to enable public and private networks to leverage smart contracts. Flare soon will release a draft token white paper detailing the construction and decentralized management of its native coin, which will be algorithmically managed pegged stablecoin, Xspring. Flare's native token will be an algorithmic stable coin created in part by burning XRP, and payments for a contract that can be made and received in XRP via Interledger, which will be integrated with Flare. The XRP team also added that Flare will use the XRP address and encryption system to provide XRP users with a virtually seamless way of interacting with smart contracts on the Flare network, enabling more users and developers to leverage the XRP ledger in more use cases such as contract settlement and app development. Wow, this is insane. And yet, no pump back here for, like, I don't even know what was going on back then. It was just going up. Things were good. I just bought a bigger bag, and then boom, things were good back then. Yeah, like we were kind of going up. I think the market cap I almost hit 300 million, and then we had a chance to dip, and I thought that was it. And I bought a bunch of things, and they all went down a lot more. I thought I was buying the dip. Not tons of stuff, but you know, a few things like Monero. I got around, like I'd had it before, played with it before, but I got around like 150. Not too much of it, but I bought a lot of Bitcoin during the winter, so don't worry, don't feel too bad for me. Things are okay. I guess a lot all depends on the person. XRP owl insiders are effing most, if not all, trying to time the market for their own gains. I follow some of these accounts. I haven't seen anything of substance for any of them. Put your faith in reason and research, not in BS predictions. When people get pissed, I guess they're holding bags, right? There he is. Digital asset investor.
You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. The one thing I've learned about life is that it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to get kicked. You're going to get knocked on the ground, and that's just the way life works. We've been told that it's the mother of all scams, a fraud. We've been told that we're investing in a Ponzi scheme. We've been told it's a shit coin. We've been told that we were shills. We've been told that we were cesspool dwellers. We've been told that we were low-life losers and that we were scammers. We've been told all of these things by the traditional financial media and traditional figures in traditional finance. We've been told this by everybody from Warren Buffett to Nouriel Roubini. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, then you win. Understand there's a reason that XRP held its ground better than any digital asset in the entire space. We know what Ripple is and we know what XRP is. We know XRP is the greatest digital asset ever created. It's the first new asset class since the year 1696. The true investors are going to eventually end up in XRP, and XRP will pass Bitcoin in market cap. XRP is still the best performing asset of all the major crypto players. It is making higher lows after it pumps. It has one of the best looking charts in all of crypto land. My gut is now screaming at me, and so I smell something. I smell the money is what I smell. Every fiber of my being knows how digital assets solve the problem that the governments of the world have created. It's all happening right before our eyes. If you hold XRP right now, you're a VIP. You're at the front of the line, and the line is huge. I don't think any of us are in disagreement of where XRP is going to go. The only question for you is, do you have what it takes to make a move and stick with it through the volatility? And that's the question. If you can't deal with the 90% losses, then you don't deserve to experience the thousands of percent gains. Just being here, you have the opportunity of 2 or 3 lifetimes. I say this all the time. The world's changing right in front of your face, and the world's changing for XRP. And I stand by that. I believe that. Not a part of me doesn't believe that. A revolution is coming. Politicians and governments and central banks have put the world in a debt situation that cannot be gotten out of. It cannot. You're watching the creation of an entirely new digital asset market. If you don't understand anything else, you need to understand and print this in your mind. That's what cryptocurrencies really represent, is the threat to the United States of losing their reserve currency status. Crypto is going to change the world. Ripple is doing everything right. Cryptocurrencies in general are going to do great over the next few years because there's going to be a huge tidal wave of capital coming in, and the excitement, just like you and I who were early adopters were excited when we first saw it, the same thing's going to happen on a much larger scale when the average Joe investors, as I call them, come in. The world is about to jump headfirst into cryptocurrencies, and they're doing it day by day by day. Guess who's fixing to change the world next? XRP. You will see just how huge what you are a part of is. It's a much bigger thing than you even realized. You should be excited. This is not hype. This is history. when the going gets rough, the tough get going. That's what it's about. People, you're not going to get anywhere in life if you start whining when the going gets tough. You toughen up, you man up, you put your big boy pants on, and you look for the good in what's going on, because there is so much good that's coming. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them.
Wow, that was insane. And with that, guys, I'm going to sign off for the night. It was awesome. Check in one more time on Twitter. But that video was insane. He made that like a long time ago, about a year ago. That's crazy. I'm not seeing any more Ripple Nations. Ripple it up. XRP. Show me one more new video. No, same one we've seen. The other guy posting it up. Alright, cool. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna sign off. You guys could watch Alex Cobb for the rest of the night. He'll do his thing. Be safe. Have a good night.